I'd love to hear what your guys' background in the sport is and why you're passionate about helping the cheer industry.
We want to make fundraising smooth and everything's better with butter. So as gym owners, you are so busy. You don't want to have the headache of fundraising, and we're here to take that away.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Cheer Biz Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Cotton, and today we are sitting down with the team from Team Butter, Heath and Amy. They are sponsors of our conference in Dallas. We're actually just a couple of days away from Dallas at the time of this recording, and super excited. I don't know a ton about Team Butter, I'll be honest. I've done a little bit of research, and I've seen some of their emails because now I'm on their list, and I will tell you, these guys do email marketing pretty darn well. And so I've been getting those emails and checking those out. And without any further ado, though, I don't know you guys that well. So Heath, Amy, would you mind introducing yourselves and just letting the listeners know who you are, what Team Butter is, and what you guys do in the cheerleading industry?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us tonight, Dan. Pleasure to meet you. And we are excited to be part of the conference in Dallas this weekend. Looking forward to meeting everybody. My name's Amy Bay. I am the National Director of Fundraising at Team Butter Virtual Fundraising. Our name kind of says it all. We're a virtual fundraising platform. We're here to help gyms like all of your listeners out here today raise the money they need to get to all the competitions that they're going to, the uniforms they need, and just everything they need to have a successful season.
What we're in the business of doing, I think Team Butter is an interesting name. Whenever I say we're Team Butter, did you say that right? No, yeah, Team Butter. I think the name, you ever heard the saying "smooth like butter"? That's kind of what we want to go. We want to make fundraising smooth, and everything's better with butter. So, the name also Team Butter, that definitely does speak for itself. But yeah, no, I'm an account executive with Team Butter. So I don't like to say sales because we don't really have anything to sell. We're really just providing a great opportunity for programs. But yep, I will be probably who's sending those emails, giving calls to just provide those, great, easy, rewarding opportunities for gyms to knock out all their fundraising in one go with us. So it's just a really, 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 really good opportunity for gyms and of not just cheer, but all kinds of youth organizations. So
tell me, you guys do fundraising, and I know you're coming to our conference, so it's a cheer conference. But Amy, I know you have a little bit of cheer background, which we were discussing right before we started the call. I'd love to hear what your guys' background in the sport is and why you're passionate about helping the cheer industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I have a lot of passions. I grew up I did high school cheerleading when I was in high school, but I was actually bigger into dance at the time. I studied dance for a long time. I wanted to be a dance teacher, started getting my minor in it at Western Michigan University. But then I ended up, while I was in college, coaching competitive cheerleading in the state of Michigan. So I coached competitive cheer in Michigan for 17 years. The last program that I was at was Davison High School. And when I took over that program, we were running a fundraiser. It was a cookie dough fundraiser. And we ran it every spring to help the kids pay for summer camp and all of their uniform pieces and everything that they needed. So I just kept that running. But the funny story there is that my account executives that would help me with this big fundraiser, and mind you, we would sell like 1,500 tubs or more of cookie dough every spring. It was big. And they would never show up at delivery to help me. So my last straw was it was a month after my cookie dough delivery and I was still missing cookie dough. So I went to the company website. They were hiring part-time 1099. I was just a stay-at-home mom at the time with 2 little boys. And I thought, I'm just going to apply for this job just so I can run my own program's fundraiser. That's all I wanted to do. Got an interview, went to my interview, got my missing cookie dough at the interview, and the rest is kind of history. I started as a 1099 account executive at that fundraising company. By the time I left there, I was a VP of sales. So I've got about 20 years in the fundraising industry, 17 years as a coach, so I can relate on all aspects of fundraising to really fine tune what our groups and our coaches need with fundraising.
So I'll also just kind of give like a mini biography. So again, my name's Heath, account executive, but growing up, I played all kinds of sports. So I was not a cheerleader. I played baseball, football, played rugby, handful of sports, but my mom always owned a dance studio and ultimately turned it into Dance Studio Cheer Gym. So yeah, went to college to Iowa State University. I'm from Iowa and started helping my mom coach classes and figured out pretty quickly that I had a heart for tumbling and for cheer and just helping kids, grow and improve. And I was good at just coaching in general. So that just kind of snowballed. The program was pretty small at the time, so it was awesome just to have hands in on the cheer gym, growing the program, doing all those things. Like I said, I was at Iowa State University and never had cheered myself. So thought, if I'm going to coach it, probably should have some experience myself. So tried out for the Iowa State University cheer team, made the team. That was great. So that's my experience as a cheer athlete, but graduated there and was always in sales. So since graduating in 2020, always been in sales roles, but also coaching and growing the gym. That was like my real passion, was cheer and doing all those things. It was like my 5 to 9 is what I would say. My mom was the gym owner, but I was the assistant director, really coaching all the elite teams, helping the prep program grow, doing all those things. I think just a fun little nugget of our growth journey. The first year we took teams to Summit was on 4 strips of dead floor. So that was great. Just a funny memory. But so yeah, Team Butter found me actually. So I was in the market for a new career, new job, and they found me. I have a unique perspective of my mom being a gym owner and all the experience I have in cheer, combining with fundraising. I've seen all of the headaches with it. We've ran every fundraiser under the sun. So it's just a really unique opportunity for me to, still be involved in cheer, help kids, help the sport grow, right? I mean, it's not cheap. We all know that. And things could be more affordable, and just kind of, having that ability to be creative in the industry to get this out to as many people as possible. So like I said, we're really fortunate to have this podcast, which is huge. But yeah, that's kind of mini biography on me. I'm actually down in Georgia now. I coach at Stingrays. So just got back from practice actually an hour ago. We had stunt camp all day. So you might hear some thunder. It's storming like crazy. For some reason, when you're down here, when it rains, it is raining.
If I can, Dan, I'd like to touch on our entire staff. I mean, I feel very fortunate to have Heath on my team. He brings a lot of passion to everything that he does here at Team Butter. We are a startup. We're virtually new, and he brings great ideas to the table all the time. That's really helping us grow, as does my entire team right now. We're really hand selecting who we're choosing to be available to work with your groups. So we've got a couple ladies on staff that are former teachers, so they can speak to that aspect of running fundraisers as a teacher. And got another young man also that has been highly involved in all kinds of sports. So we're not just some people off the streets that don't have any clue about what you guys need out there for fundraising and the kind of customer service that you need. We're really honed in because we've been there and we've walked in your shoes.
Yeah, I think it's always funny when I call somebody and they're like, "Oh my gosh, a fundraising person," and they're like talking about cheer, and I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I totally get it. I've been in your shoes before." So it's really just a relatable point to just be able to assure them that we get the struggles, we get the things that you're going through, and yeah, it's really cool to be able to just talk to gym owners every day.
So let's get into it, right? Let's put the brass to the tacks here. Tell me what it is that makes Team Butter smooth like butter and the solution for fundraising in a cheer gym.
We just released a brand new app. So we did a complete rehaul of our app. So that's very exciting. It's got all the bells and whistles that you would want to see it in a fundraising app. You can set goals, personal goals. You can see the overall goal that you're reaching towards as a program. It's got notifications. You can send your links out right in the app to whoever on social media, text family members, send emails, do everything super easily. But we are a one-stop shop. That's what we like to say. So we have 4 products. We have popcorn, big item. Everybody loves popcorn. It's the number one fundraising product. Cookie dough. We have a coupon app. We call it the digital coupon card, which has hundreds of thousands of coupons nationwide inside of our app that geolocates you. So regardless of if grandpa's out on the West Coast, you can sell it, they can support because they'll get discounts in their local community too. And then we also have pet treats, which is a unique one that we just launched that product line. It's super exciting because I mean, everybody who doesn't love their pets, right? We got doggy and cat treats. So that's a cool one right now. But yeah, no, it really, the coordinator doesn't really have to do anything. All I really tell them is that you just need to let your group know that we're doing this fundraiser. That's really, and then it just kind of runs itself. And then of course you have me, which is huge key to all of this, is that I'm here to walk you through the whole process, to handhold you, to make sure that this is as painless as possible. Because as gym owners, you are so busy. You don't want to have the headache of fundraising, and we're here to take that away.
Yeah, so that is like you say, right? Like, you don't have to do anything. And I'll be honest, I'm a gym owner and I've been told that every time, right? Like you aren't going to have to do anything. You're not going to have to touch anything. You're not going to have to collect the money. You're not going to have to do any of those things. It's just it'll be so easy for you. And then me and my wife are like writing a check from the gym to pay for everything and then making sure we collect all the funds and tracking it on a spreadsheet to make sure everyone gets their wreath or their whatever it was, their pies that were sold. How is it that you make it so it's no additional burden on the coordinator or the owner who's setting this up?
Yeah, so the app that Heath spoke to a few minutes ago is going to take care of all that reporting for you. So it's going to create those spreadsheets. You're going to be able to see your leaderboard up to the minute, know who is participating, who's not, where your sales are at. Basically, Dan, if you can just do a couple clicks and share out the information that Heath would provide to you, the rest is really just up to their families sharing out the link and making the sales. All of the products that we talked about ship direct to supporter. So you're not going to have that big delivery day hassle at your gym.
The worst part.
Cookie dough that doesn't get picked up and you don't have freezer space and all that craziness. And on top of that, like Heath goes the extra mile for all of his clients. He's great at graphics. So he's putting together amazing looking banner photos for your storefronts and the parent
flyers if you need them. Yep,
everything
all that good stuff
done for you. And he's there too to answer any of your questions along the way. Are we 9 to 5? Yeah, but not really. Like I bet if you call Heath at 8, 9 o'clock at night or on a Saturday or Sunday, he's going to pick up the phone and he's going to help you.
So you said that you've had some pretty big success with the popcorn. We obviously see popcorn, cookie dough. Those are very common fundraisers. What's the most successful scenario you guys have had with someone doing fundraising through this app, through your popcorn or your cookie dough or whatever product? But like, where are you seeing some big success?
Yeah, as far as right now, I mean, we have great fundraisers going right now. Right now is a big booking time. Start the season off with gyms who have a new uniform year or things like that. So yeah, no, definitely have multiple fundraisers right now, over 10K, those kinds of numbers. I think that it's really pretty easy. And that's the goal that we set, honestly, for all my fundraisers is 10,000. That's what we want to shoot for. Obviously not everybody's going to get there because not everybody wants to participate or not everybody needs this money right now, but maybe they need it toward end of season events. So we'll be available then too, but it's definitely a well-oiled machine. But back to your point of having to write a check, there's no upfront cost for us. And off the point of participation too, there's no minimum participant amount. So it really is, there's no downside to Team Butter.
Yeah. You can't lose. And actually what a lot of our gyms are doing right now when they're connecting with Heath is they're going ahead and they're scheduling out most of their fundraising in that one phone call because we have so many options that they're getting them on the calendar now. And then you don't have to think about fundraising, for the rest of your season. How awesome would that be, Dan?
Oh, that's great. I mean, so does Team Butter process all the payments? Does all of that happen through you, or are we going to have to collect checks and send that? Like, how does that all work?
Yep, it's all in the app. So think about ordering anything online. You're gonna go to the storefront, you're gonna make a purchase, it's gonna get shipped to you, you'll get those email notifications that you placed the order. It's everything like that. So each person has a unique link that would link to their storefront and would track into the app. It would show their sales, all those things. So
Can they see who's purchased from them? Because that's always one of the questions is I want to send thank yous. And it's one other thing for us to track. So is that something they can see in their storefront?
Absolutely. And to touch back on payment, you don't cut us a check at all. When your fundraiser closes that following week, everything is super secure. We don't even have eyes on your bank account information. It's just going to go directly through our bank, which is JP Morgan Chase. And if you choose ACH, we can transfer those funds directly into your bank account. If you'd like a physical check, then we can do that as well.
And what is the typical percentage of revenue sharing that a fundraiser can expect to see?
right. So for us, it doesn't matter, like we've already said, how many people participate. 50% is what you're gonna get on all products. So some fundraisers out there, you got to sell this amount to reach this proper percentage. That's not us. It's 50% across the board for all products. So really rewarding, really easy fundraising opportunity for programs.
Yep. No hidden fees, guaranteed 50% no matter what. And another exciting thing, while we've got the 4 that Keith already spoke about, we're continually vetting new products for even more fundraising lines. So just wait. We've got even more exciting things waiting in the wings that'll be coming out by the end of the year, next year for sure. So
Okay, that's super exciting. So
coaches are not going to have to hunt around for fundraiser options anymore. Like, we hope we've got you 100% covered.
okay. So you've mentioned coaches a couple times, and I've talked a lot of gym owners. So when I think of this as like a gym owner setting up fundraising for their gym. You've mentioned coaches, and maybe you're meaning high school, but like at what tier does someone have to be to set something like this up? Like, could a motivated group of parents get with Team Butter and start creating some fundraising opportunities for athletes in their program?
Yeah, so I'm in the mode of saying coaches because I did coach high school cheerleading, so we didn't have like program owners. That's just my terminology. But in cheerleading, yes, we're working a lot with the gym owners or the directors or that designated parent or booster club. We work with a lot of different kinds of groups. So it just depends. Like, we might have a big soccer club, but they let every team in the club decide what they want to do individually. So at that, we might be working with a lot of different coaches within one club or teachers. Parents can absolutely just sign up and do an individual fundraiser for their child as well. You don't have to be directly affiliated with a group, or you don't have to wait for your gym or your sports team to organize something. If you need funds, we can help you.
That's amazing, because we do have a lot of parents that actually listen to the podcast. A number of them are my parents, but we have parents that do listen, and that's always something that people ask for, right? Like, do you offer fundraising? And there are so many gyms. To be honest, us included, we have a parent group that organizes fundraising, but other than that, we've been hands off for years because of all the miserable experiences we had early on. And I've hosted at least 3 different fundraisers that we lost money on. And I was like, well, I'm not doing this anymore. Like,
Yeah, those days are over.
With it being virtual too, you're not having to hit up your community again and again and again and again, because your families can share these links out across the country. So grandma and grandpa, Aunt Sally, on the opposite coast can now support and get that product. Whereas in the olden days when we had the order forms and we were going door to door, they just couldn't support. So now they can.
wow, that's super cool. So what is the process to get set up? Obviously, anyone who sees you guys in Dallas, I imagine they could create an account there. So if you're going to be in Dallas, like, hello, just go visit the table, get signed up, easy peasy. But if someone wanted to get started, what would that process look like?
Yeah, so super simple. Obviously, we have that DIY option where you can go online and you can get your account set up super easy within minutes, 5-10 minutes tops. Have your whole account set, your whole fundraiser started in that short amount of time. But again, what I like to do with my clients is take that process off their shoulders. So you're not going to have to go in and create your account. I'll do it for you. I'll create your account for you. I'll create your graphics for you. I'll do, set the goals, set all those things, and just let you know, hey, you're all good to go. Go ahead and sign in, and boom, it's right there for you. So that's how I do it. If everybody wanted to start a fundraiser, they ask that question, and I'll say, oh yeah, I'll get it all set up for you. Just let you know when it's done, and go ahead and log in.
Yeah, if I was a gym owner, a booster parent, or a coach right now, I would 100% want to be working with Heath and let him take that off my shoulders. Wouldn't you agree, Dan?
Yeah, I'm a skeptic. So like, what's the downside, Heath? Because you're telling me I don't have to do anything. It's all on an app. I don't have to mess with anything. You're going to make graphics for me. You're going to do all that. So like, but there's got to be a catch, right? Like there has to be some hitch to this giddy up.
Yeah, the only thing we need you to do, Dan, is shoot that email out to your families, which I'm sure you already have, right? Like a big email, boom, you post it in your social media, and then just sit back.
I even put together different messages. I know that, lots of gyms use Band for mass communication within the gym. So
you're saying you want to be added to all of our bands? Is that what I just heard you say?
It's funny. Some people have responded that, and I'm like, I think you're forgetting. I'm not in your band. So, they're like, can you make it?
And you don't want to be added to our bands. I don't want to be in my own bands.
I'm already in so many. It's ridiculous. Exactly. But yeah, I send curated messages to post in, through an email. I can send a Word doc or a PDF document attachment if people prefer that way, so that it's, there in the files section. But yeah, I mean, it all comes down to participation. So it just is a great opportunity for cheer gyms to, do their due diligence to provide that easy, rewarding opportunity for their families.
We pride ourselves on the fact that we're very customer forward, because I know there's, we're not the only virtual fundraising company out there. And there are others where you can just go to the website and get yourself started. But I can't tell you how many dance coaches or cheerleading coaches or whatever I've talked to that have used some of these other companies. And I've said, well, how many times have you talked to a human? Oh, well, I've run 6 fundraisers and I've never talked to anybody at that company, right? We still believe in having that customer service. We still want to be there to answer all your questions. And like Keith said, hold your hand and make sure that this is as smooth as butter for you. Literally.
I love that. So you said you're kind of a startup. How long have you guys been around?
Yeah. So the idea kind of came to fruition back in 2017. Yeah, some of the people that are involved in the creation of Team Butter were involved heavily in travel sports and tournaments and whatnot. And so they saw the need within the travel sport community for more fundraising to help these kids get to these tournaments and be able to participate in the sports that they love. So the idea of Team Butter virtual fundraising was born. COVID hit, kind of put the brakes on it for a little bit. But in the last couple of years, now they've just been heavily focused on getting the technology up to par where it needs to be and bringing in all of these great programs. And now we are just ready to roll out full force and take care of everybody that needs it, and hopefully just really grow the ability for the youth in our country to be able to participate in the kind of activities that they love.
Yeah. So you guys have this killer app. You've got a Heath, which apparently is your super weapon, who's going to help us make life super easy and raise funds. We're running new products that we're testing and hopefully coming out with some more stuff, because I know I would love to not just have to do cookie dough and popcorn. Like it's great and people buy it, but like also, I don't know, can we fundraise with Ozempic or something so they can get fat and then like lose the weight, or I don't know. But what other things are on the horizon for Team Butter?
Well, thanks for asking, Dan, because we do have a big project that we are super excited about. and passionate about as well, that we're going to be launching in the next month or so. And we're calling it the Kindness Project. And what it is we are teaming up with a foundation called Love Michael. That's LUV Michael. You can go ahead and follow them on TikTok, get to know them a little bit. But it's a foundation that helps autistic adults kind of navigate life. Because I don't know if you've ever thought about, once a child with disabilities reaches 18 and becomes an adult, what happens? And with these adults, if they make more than $80 a month working a job, they lose their benefits. So things are really limited for them. Did you know that the suicide rate in the autistic community is super, super high? We've partnered with Love Michael. We want to raise awareness for the autistic community and their needs and start to help supporting them. So with our Kindness Project, the way that's going to work, it's going to be a fundraiser. It'll be a donation platform. So your supporters will come in and make a donation. Your cheer gym or your team, your sports team, your school, your band, whatever it is, will still make that 50% on the fundraiser. And then proceeds also go back to Love Michael to help support that foundation and spread awareness in regards to autism. And some real special aspects of that are, once your donation comes in, the people in the foundation, I'm going to call them the kids, they're going to handwrite you a thank you note. And then they're going to send you a little thank you gift. They have a bakery there where they make these granola treats. And they also make these really special beaded bracelets. And so if they send out bracelets, you're actually going to get two, one for yourself and one to share. And those bracelets are going to have a very specific bead on them with a QR code. And when you scan that QR code, it is going to share the story of the person that made that bracelet, that is coping with autism and working really hard to navigate life. In addition to the 50% that's going back to your program, the kids that participate in this fundraiser from your gyms will also receive community service hours that they can apply towards graduation if they need it, or whatever projects they need to, gather those community service hours. They'll get certificates for that. And they also have the ability to earn additional cords to wear at graduation, indicating that they were part of this community service project, helping to support the autistic community and spread awareness. So we think it's a really cool project. We're really excited about it, and we can't wait to launch it. So
yeah, that's a very cool project. Yeah, wow. And I would hope the cheer industry would rally to something like that with our cheer abilities programs and things like that. We've been very forward as an industry in terms of servicing those kind of communities. And I could see a lot of gyms getting really excited about something like that. So
everybody loves the cheer abilities divisions.
Yes, it's
the whole arena goes nuts.
Yeah, they're there for it.
Yeah,
so
we love that.
It's always pretty cool. Awesome. Well, we've been going for a few minutes, and I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what you guys do. I'm excited to meet you in person in Dallas. Maybe having to get Heath, I might be bugging you because we don't do fundraisers really, but we might have to start.
He was telling me earlier today, Dan, he needs to get your gym.
Yep, I was Oregon Dream Teams on the list.
We can maybe get something going. But yeah, so is there anything else that you guys want to make sure we touch on, or any other, even just parting advice for cheer gym owners or cheer coaches out there who are looking to help their programs?
No, I would just say last words, we really are just trying to take that extra time that you have to spend with fundraising off your plate so that you can keep coaching, put more time towards your teams, towards growing your gym, but, also note it or acknowledging that fundraising is a really big piece of the program. Some families really need it. So I'm here to help. So reach out if you guys need anything, and yeah.
In closing, I would just say we all got into coaching probably for a lot of the same reasons, right? We love the kids, we love the sport, we want to make a difference. Let's not lose sight of the fact that while we're making a difference in the gym every day in the lives of those kids, taking it to the next step, we sometimes don't think that fundraising can actually make a difference. We kind of view it as I got to do fundraising. It's a pain in the you know what. But it's another avenue for us as coaches and gym owners to make a difference for our families and change the lives of those kids, because we don't know what happens at home when those kids walk out of our gym. We don't know what kind of financial situation our families are in because they're not going to talk about it. And I'll share kind of a personal story with you. My youngest son played travel hockey. And one year, he was a goalie, which is expensive enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Travel hockey,
Yeah.
and then you're a goalie, that's expensive. And we had another little goalie on the team. His family struggled, but they were not going to take little Billy out of travel hockey because they were convinced he was going to be an NHL goalie, right? So they did everything they could to keep him on that team, and they ended up losing their home. So that's something we don't want to see ever happen to any of our families, any of our kids that are involved in sports. So as coaches, as gym owners, just take an extra minute and think about that. And we've got the power to make a big difference. So let's do it.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Team Butter and everything that they can do. I've already got some ideas. So Heath, buckle up. I'm going to come bug you in a couple days when I see you in Dallas. I've got multiple things I'm going to run by you.
I'm excited.
Might try and see if I can challenge you, make you come up with something you haven't thought of before. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. And with that, we will catch you on the next episode.